right now. Uh, Brother Titty,
What's
B
up,
Titty.
man?
Y'all know him as B Titty.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Man, I appreciate you for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, y'all, this episode 10. Thank y'all for everybody who been subscribing, who been liking, commenting, sharing. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, when I started this thing out, I really ain't even know where it was going. I just wanted to do something good and help, add to the benefit of the culture of our people. You know what I'm saying? So to see that it's been coming along and to see the response I've been getting, we had 83 subscribers now, 12,000 views total and stuff like that, man. So
That's
whoever
dope.
out there watching and whoever out there clicking and liking and sharing, man, like I said, I appreciate you and continue to do so. But right now, man, like I said, we got my boy B Titty on the podcast right now, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir.
My
and
dog.
I appreciate you for coming once again, man. So we was chopping it up. Not even chopping it up, man. He was telling me he was on the way. And we got some dope news, man. I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked him, if we want to talk about it a little bit on the podcast. He said, it's, just a little bit,
It's
man.
cool, man. I
So
give y'all
I-
the exclusive, man. You
Yeah.
know, these the first people to hear about it. The only
Yeah.
people that know about it is like my close inner circle. Yeah, man. So me and a couple of my buddies, we in the process. Well, we not in the process. We just purchased a bar that we opening up, man. Appreciate it, dog. So yeah, purchasing the bar, man. We just got the lease, paid for everything. So now we about to start, renovations and hopefully be ready to launch by like August.
Bro,
So yeah, man. So it's dope. Details coming, more details coming soon. I don't want to spoil it for y'all yet, but
hey, that's
it's
big,
happening,
y'all.
man.
That's big, man. Like, and that's so crazy. Of course, we was going to talk about his other endeavors, you know what I'm saying? Because if y'all don't know, whoever been under a fucking brick, you know what I'm saying? My boy's a comedian, man.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? He actually just did a show at the Improv, which we're going to get back to.
Yeah.
But to hear that news, man, and about the business, venture, man, that shit, damn near warmed my heart. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know, of course, I just know him from
comedy.
From
Mhm.
the comedy. And
Uh-huh.
from seeing him around and him supporting me on the music side and us just having a mutual respect for one another. I didn't even know that he had businesses going on and stuff like that. And y'all know most of the people that I bring on here, like Titty,
Mhm.
we got, personal relationships. But it's always dope as fuck when I get somebody up here and I learn something new about them
Yeah.
that I didn't even know. So I know, a lot of people out there probably don't even know what's going on either.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I'm trying to be more like share more.
Mhm.
I'm naturally like reserved. Even though I do comedy, I do the skits. But if you look on my page, that's all you see.
Yeah.
You see something funny. You see skits and stuff like that. So I never really let people into what my personal and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Like who I'm dating, if I'm doing anything. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I used to post my kids all the time, but I don't even really do that as much now because people be weirdos. So
for sure.
yeah. So, but I'm trying to get back into like letting people know, even because some people need to see that stuff, man. Like
Yeah.
people didn't know I had a business outside of comedy. That I had a company for 8 years.
So
you know?
let's, before we get into the comedy,
yeah.
can we talk a little bit about the business?
Yeah, man. So I have a sales and marketing firm, man. I since 2017, 2015.
fire.
Yeah, man. 2015.
You coming up on 10 years in business,
Yeah,
bro.
man. 2015. I
People
quit.
don't
We just
really,
worked McDonald's.
they say motherfuckers, most small businesses fail within the first 6 months or some
Yeah,
shit like that, right?
yeah. Only like 1 out of 10 make it past the first year. Yeah, so it's just crazy, man. So yeah, I started doing that. I got into like sales, marketing, like 2015. I used to work in McDonald's for like 12 years,
Yeah.
12, 13 years. I got out of that, had nothing to show for it, bro. I was dead broke. I had moved back home with my mom. I was out of work for like 6 months because I was waiting on this other opportunity, and then just waiting on this dude. And then he ended up telling me like 6 months away, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm not getting these other locations, so I can get you back at McDonald's." I'm like, "Bro, I can't go back, man. I didn't quit. I didn't talk
Right.
shit to them. I can't go back." So, I was 29, living in my mom's basement. Moved back home, me and my daughter. I'm just like that crossroad moment. Like, damn, how the fuck I get here? You know what I'm
I was
saying?
just gonna ask you
Yeah.
around this time was your daughter around born too?
Yeah, my daughter. I had my daughter 2011. I had my daughter the year I started doing stand up comedy.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
dope.
So I had my daughter. She was so at this time she was like 4 years
Two
old.
days was born that
Yeah,
day.
yeah. A star and my child. So
That's what's
um, yeah. So she was like 4 years old. I moved back home. I was in my mom's basement. If y'all see some like my skits from like 2015 to like 2018, like they was always like behind a brick wall. I was in my mom's basement like filming these skits, and I got into this job. And I just start like, you start getting around different people that start opening your eyes to like a different type of living, And I got out my comfort zone. They say that's when you grow, when you do things that make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I did this, and I was just start seeing like different. I'm like, damn, man, there's really a lot of money out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Got good at it. Opened up my own firm in 2017, and then since then, I've just been opening up offices, man. I almost went out of business a couple times. Pandemic, 2019, not managing my money right, 2018. But then I just stuck with it, man. It just took off. So I got 2 locations in New York. I got a location in
Man, that's fire.
Baltimore, one in Canton. I got my other dudes that I promoted. They got other locations. So, I have my hands in probably like 8 to 10 different locations right
Different
now.
mark. That's fire, bro.
So that's what led to me investing this money into opening up a bar. I was just
Right.
like, man, I'm making all this bread, man. I need to, invest it now.
Okay, and is it any companies or is it a niche that you work in when it comes to marketing, and strategizing for companies?
So I do. I always tell people about it, but like some people have like bad experiences with it. So because they be like, oh, this is pyramid stuff. So I do energy sales, but I do commercial energy.
Mm-hmm.
So energy, a lot of people get it confused with like these little pyramid schemes where like ACN, like you got to pay them to join the company and
Yeah.
you got to recruit your friends. And when you get like, this ain't that. This is like actual, like they get paychecks. People have to interview.
Right.
We hire on payroll, all that stuff like
Yeah.
that. But it's energy. We sell energy. So I own an energy broker firm. And a lot of people don't even know how big energy is. Like even the people that come to your house door to door.
Bro, I didn't even know.
Yeah, bro, it's a $1 billion industry. Like renewable, community solar, solar panels,
Yeah.
like door to door energy with the bills. Like
So you pretty much.
I own the firm, so I employ the people who will go out to the business. I employ the people who will go out to door. I employ the people. I used to do retail with it. So this thing is like it's huge, bro. It's so much money into it, and then it actually benefits the customer.
Okay.
Because they can lower the prices, they can lower your rates and stuff.
Right.
But people have to be, but there are companies that don't have good rates. There are multiple suppliers you can choose. There are companies that'll scam you and get you in a bad rate. You know what I'm saying? So
just in case we was happening to catch a person in the audience right now who actually has a commercial business or is looking for a different energy change, what would be considered good and bad rates, or is that consulting? I don't want you to
No. So that would be like, so you could think right now, Ohio, everybody just got information that Ohio rates are going to go up 100%. So they're going up.
Damn.
Yeah. So you're going from 6 cents.
It's 100%.
You're going up from 6 cents per kilowatt hour to 12 cents, June 1st. So right now, what we do is we give a fixed rate. We can say we'll lock you in at 6.99 for.
That's not just.
That's Ohio.
That's residential. That's
Residential.
everything. So I need to turn this AC off.
I mean, so that's a misconception with people.
Okay.
Your usage, your rate dictates. So you can use 500 kilowatts, right?
Okay.
Right, and you could be pay, and I'll use an easy number, right? So you could pay 1 cent per kilowatt hour, right?
Okay.
So 1 penny for every kilowatt. If you use 500 kilowatts, that's $5.
Okay.
500 pennies, right?
Yeah.
But the same person next door to you could be using 500 kilowatts, but they pay 2 cents per kilowatt hour. So their bill, so y'all both use the same amount of electric, but they pay a higher rate.
Right.
So you paying $5, they paying $10.
And that's just the difference between the energy companies.
Yeah, that's the difference between energy companies. So what we would come with, we be say, but then if you're on a variable, meaning that your rate changes every month if you don't have a supplier. So it can go up, it can go down. You know what I'm saying? It can triple. It's just based off what they buying it for. So where a supplier would come in, they would say like, hey, these rates are going to this price right here.
Yeah.
We're going to guarantee that you won't go above this rate, right? Sometimes it might be lower than what you currently have. Sometimes it might be more. But I'm
So-
giving you a protection to guarantee that when it goes to this, you won't see that high increase.
Okay, so for those who may be a little, slow to speed to it right now, like me,
Matter of
a
fact,
supplier.
I,
When you say a supplier, because when we get First Energy, we might think
That's
we're
your
getting a
distributor.
supplier. That's a distributor. So that's the difference.
that's the
between-
person who sends your bill. That's the person who put in charge of the wires,
So
power
that doesn't
outages.
necessarily mean that you have a supplier.
That's just
that
your
you have a
distributors.
distributor.
Illuminated, Ohio Edison, Dominion, Columbia Gas, they distribute the energy. Suppliers don't change anything with that. You still pay your bill the same way, you get it the same way. But you can choose in Ohio since 1999 where you buy the energy from. It's actually on your bill. You can actually go on the website, energychoiceofohio.com, and you can choose suppliers and stuff on your own.
So you can choose to.
You
know,
can
a
choose.
lower
You
rate-
can
a lower
shop.
rate.
It's price to compare. You can shop.
This and this.
But
is,
what we do is we come directly to you. Because how often, when have you ever looked at that website on the left of
you
your bill?
don't, and that's why people.
You ain't
need
never
to
looked at
come
it, right?
over. Yeah,
So we come out to you.
for sure. And that's and to give people a better understanding now of why you might see somebody coming to you or knocking on your door,
Yeah.
or giving you that phone call.
You think
He's clearing this up so
Yeah.
that you don't automatically have to think that this is a scam.
it's not.
Understand what to look for. You know what I'm saying? And
Now
once
you
always
can't you can't get hustled. Not to
Yeah.
cut my good brother off. You can't
Yeah.
get hustled if
for
you don't know
this
what you're looking
highly
at.
possible, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why, the game that he just gave. I mean, this shit is tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew the difference between the distributor and a supplier.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure it's those out there like me. So, he just put us on to something that can help us save a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Think about that, bro. Like, how much was your last light bill?
My last light bill was $57.98.
$57.98, right? With these new rates, your next night bill is gonna be $112. So what we can do is we can lock you in to where it won't be 57, it might be 62.
Well, what we could do is we gotta chop it up.
Yeah.
We get up off
So
this-
it could be 60.
I didn't know you do this.
Yeah,
Dude.
it could be $62, right? But guess what's gonna happen? Instead of you paying $112 more dollars, you paying 62.
Mm-hmm.
So I just saved you $50
Which is awesome.
a month
Yes, sir. That's
times
what
12.
That's what we need to talk about. Tom, and that's where I want to talk about this too, though. Since we talk about that, like one thing that I really be trying to stress about the numbers is that,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? We look at a number like, it's just $5. You just spending $5. You think about you spending $5 a day
Mm-hmm.
times 365. You know what I'm saying? On something frivolous.
Yeah.
Like this, look, y'all, I'm saying this while I got weed, but this is the way I smoke. I don't smoke frivolously. You know what I'm saying? This shit, everybody got their own priorities. This is a set of my priorities. I build this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I'm just running out and just, you know what I'm saying? Everything is wholesale and bulk around this
Okay.
bitch. You know what I mean? But, those is the difference between the numbers that we try to, that when we talking about, like, it can seem like so small, but then when you look up at the end of the year, you're like, damn. And you think about what you could have did with that money. It's
Exactly.
like, damn.
And that's what a lot of people don't look at. Like, even at my business, like, yeah, I do sales and I run sales meetings, but I teach life. I teach how to be a man, how to be a responsible adult, because I didn't have people teaching me this stuff. My mom didn't know this stuff. I grew up in a single parent household, the oldest of four, right? One of the first to go to college in my family. So we didn't know this stuff. We didn't know about credit. We didn't know about saving money. We didn't know the importance of like paying your bills on time, and I had to go through it. So when I be running these meetings in my business, I'm speaking from experience. I'm like, I was 29 years old with nothing to show for it, no car, in debt, $40,000 because I'm running off on payday loans. I'm burning banks. I'm not paying creditors back. I'm not paying my utility bill. So when I got in this business, thank God I was able to move up and, start making, my business, is successful. I did like 2.5 million in revenue last year. So I was able to pay, and that was last year, but I had years before that where I was able to, after my second year, get out of debt, like debt free.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying?
And that's
And
fire.
I learned all these lessons like, damn, man, like just knowing the power of just knowing what date your bills come out and the total amount that you spend monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of us don't even know that. We just wake up
Right.
and we just like, what's due today? Phone bill. How much I got in the account? Okay, damn.
Don't like to move like that. Don't, because you gotta know.
You got to know
When
what
you got
coming out.
plans and you got plans too, so you gotta know, what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why I hate surprises.
Yeah.
Like, my mama the queen of surprises.
Uh-huh.
She called me, and it ain't not a. And they're like, nah, she be wanting. It just be like, hey, why you ain't let me know this earlier?
Yeah.
It don't be a problem, but it's like everything is accounted for and allocated.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there can help us get so much further.
So far, bro.
Along.
Just knowing like, okay, cool. My monthly expenses is $2,000 a month. My bills to get food and gas, miscellaneous stuff, right? $2,000 a month is gonna pay my bill. This job I work right now, I make $1,800 a month. You $200 in the hole monthly. Guess what? You ain't got no money to go do nothing extra. You need to go get another job that's paying you $200. But people don't even realize that. They just look at it like you always get that one check where you ain't got no bills coming out. So you feel it's a free check. It ain't a free
it's
check.
not
You need
free.
to use that one plus the next one
To get ahead.
to pay rent.
A lot of times, exactly.
To not even get ahead, to pay rent.
That's what just happened, right?
Yeah.
That's what anytime that, you get some open money, not free, some open, some shit, some wiggle room.
Uh-huh.
I always suggest to the homies, when we talk or when we building is like, hey, well, shit, what I would do is I would pay my rent again,
Yep.
or I would pay my note again, whatever, something again, so that you can free that up more and have some more money to
Yep.
move and put into something else,
Something else.
Either save it and whatever you're gonna do until you're able to reach that goal to put it into something else.
And
whatever you're looking for.
you could save it, and that's the thing. Like you could just save it, man. Like, cause guess what we know guess what we know in this world, shit gonna happen.
For sure.
It's gonna happen.
For sure.
Right? What was the meme they had? Ain't nobody more jealous than your car. You be living good. You got money in your pocket. You got $1,000 in your pocket. You like, damn, I got a profit, $1,000. Your car like,
Yep.
you like, damn, that's the brakes. What's
Yep.
that?
Yep.
Let me just turn the radio up, because if I don't hear it, I only got to fix it. You right?
Sure.
You try to drive the engine like, you don't hear me knocking?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
for real.
so it's just like, shit gonna happen.
Any little thing.
Any little
And
thing.
that
So
be
you don't
the-
want to be paycheck to paycheck.
And that's where that too, like, you get to a place, it's like once you start to understand that nothing is really, everything seemed like emergency funds until
Yeah.
you like up M's.
Yep.
Because in an instant, something could happen where your heart could feel like
Yeah.
something could happen to where anything happen.
Yeah.
Mom, a family member, they might not got insurance. If I got the bulk of money,
Yeah.
I'm about to do whatever I can to keep their health straight.
Yep.
So I could be up 100 and they hard as 50,000.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking. I'm about to now. I'm down 50,000.
Yeah.
That's it. The little shit like that happen. You think you good, but
Mhm.
like it. It's always and not to say live in fear. We don't want to live in fear.
Yeah.
Just live in, but just.
But you ain't living.
Mm.
You existing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I always act. I'm like, you living or you existing, right? Life ain't really like you really like we, especially black people, bro. We so conditioned to like how we grow up. Like if we tell our stories to like white families and people who grew up with they wouldn't believe the shit that we think is just normal. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, they wouldn't even believe.
swear on
Like that
everything,
shit
bro.
normal to us. Like I see my uncle get pistol whipped. I was 6 years old, chased around the car, pistol whipped, shot. Dude shot in the air, gun, bullet fell right in front of me, bro. I was 6 years old. That was a regular Wednesday. You get what I'm saying?
For real.
So we get conditioned to like, damn, maybe we gotta live like
It's
this,
just
paycheck
normal.
to paycheck. Maybe we gotta live with. I lived in a foreclosed home, but you fresh the toilet, the shit come out the kitchen sink. You get what I'm saying? Like this how we lived when I was growing up. It was
Yeah.
normal to us though.
Yeah.
It was just like, damn, we can eat today, So it was just appreciating little stuff. So, now I'm at the point I'm grown, man. Like, you want your kids to be spoiled. Like, you don't feel bad if your kids spoiled, like, or they ain't seen hardship. They ain't supposed to. You don't want them motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Right.
like, sometimes you feel guilty for like living good, and it's like, nah, bro, like that. It's a different feeling. Like, I pinch myself sometimes. Sometimes I just look at my account, like it's still there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it be feeling too good. Like, damn, bro. Like, I can't tell you the last time I worried about a bill. I can't tell you the last time I was like, how good it feel to just have everything on auto pay.
I swear on everything.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And this is the
I used to be
thing.
scared of that. They be like, you want to get auto pay? Hell no. Auto pay? I might not pay y'all that day. I want to.
That's the thing too, bro.
Pay y'all when I want to.
Why do we want to? It's a lot and you just said a lot in there that caught my mind, man. But that's one of the best feelings to me. You know, people will say that one of the worst parts about being an adult is the fact that you have to pay bills and you gotta do this and you gotta do that. But man, I'd be so grateful to be able to just pay my bills and pay my rent, bro. When you come from hardships, you know, we ain't gonna make this whatever it is. But when you come from a different, like I just said this in the last interview with Tay, man, like shit feel different when you able to just pay something.
Yeah.
When you able to just knock it out. You don't worry about the fact that you don't want to pay it. Yeah, I mean, that's not even something that, why wouldn't you want to pay something that's going to help you benefit and move forward in your life? You know what I'm saying? I always say, they always say, you know, like something about the hard shit to do. Like, this is what I say. You know, the things that's going to help you move forward in life, why are those the harder decisions? Why do we look at those like the tougher decisions? Like, that should be a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's going to help benefit you and your family, you know, it should be a no-brainer to say, well, shit, let me just knock this out.
Because it's work. It's normally people normally want to just take the easy way out. We want the scam. We want the quick way. Like I always say, like when I be doing interviews and stuff like that, people be coming in, and you be like, these motherfuckers looking for a job where they work 2 hours a day, make $80,000 a year, get weekends off, and only work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? They looking for an unrealistic job, and it's like, no, you can't have that until you own something.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? So if you don't want to work to own something, and when you own something, when you the boss, it ain't even gravy. Because it was times my first year of business, I ain't get paid.
For sure.
When you own it, you the last person to get paid. You take all the risk, but you reap all the reward. Because the employees get a set pay. I get profit. I get paid whatever I profit. Right? I'm on salary. But if my business goes out, you know, and I see weeks where I might profit $20,000 in a week. That's mine. But it was times where I lost $5,000 in a week when I first opened up. You get what I'm saying?
So can you talk a little bit about that? Like the margin, the profit margin from your initial investment in the company, how much?
No, I ain't invest nothing in it.
So everything is just paper. Everything is just
paper. Yeah, so I start so it's just like a promotion chain. Like you prove you can do this, you get an opportunity to sign your own contract with the, you know. And then after that, your goal is to recruit and show that you can train. So in energy sales, your goal is to open up more markets. So you have a client whose invested interest is they want to move into more markets too.
Okay.
So we are all making money based off the accounts we do. So you get an opportunity, you know. I got promoted. They gave me a promotion bonus, $14,000, which went in my business account, and my goal was to grow that account. The more people you have selling, the more money you can make. So that's what like my rank in the business was, to show that I can sell and train and do that. And then once you get promoted, it's like, okay, now you did it for this company, go do it for yours.
Right.
So when I first started, because I didn't have a big head count, my profit wasn't that much, you know, because I only had a couple people selling. So I had to still interview. I had to still train these people. I had to do that. I had to teach other people how to train and constantly build and get a bigger head count. Then I open up in another market, and I get money off that market, and I open up another market and another market and stuff like that. So now, when I first started, I was making, some weeks I was profiting $500 a week, $500, and now I lose $1,500. And then now, you know, a bad week is profiting $10,000.
Right.
A good week, 25, 30.
So how could you lose money in a game like that?
I mean, I don't. Now I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like clockwork. That's just like drug money. I think I'm about to be standing in my bar like Ghost. I'm about to be in that bitch like this truth.
Hey.
I told you, a lot of niggas on social media just want to look like they got it. I look like I don't got it, and I got it.
The whole
you
thing.
get what I'm saying?
So let's talk about and that's one of the things too, man, that I want to talk about, man. Once you make, so your story, you know, once you made a certain amount of money, so say, I always use this as an example when I talk to the young guys. Like, you know, you got a guy who make $200,000 a year. You got a guy who make $100,000 a year. The guy who make $2,000 got $150,000 in expenses. The guy who make $100,000 got $25,000 in expenses. Who got more money?
Exactly. 100,000.
I mean, shit. You could tell them they
100,000. Yeah.
100,000. So
Because what happens with people is sometimes what happens is let's say it like this, right? Let's say you making $500 a week, right? You got a job, you making $500 a week, right? Times 25. I mean times 52 is what? About $28,000 a year, right? 500. But all your you pay your bills.
Just saying, I'm not good at math.
Yeah. I'm more good at math. Yeah. So you paying all your bills, right? Right. It's actually it's $26,000 to be exact, right? So you $26,000 a year, right? You paying on your bills. You got like a small efficiency apartment. Your car, you ain't got no car note, but it gets you where you need to go, right? And you pay your bills, right? You probably profit $100 a month, right? You get a raise, and it goes to $1,000 a month, right? So now you're getting an extra $500 every week, right? So you're getting $500. You're getting $1,000 a week now, right? Which takes you to $56,000. The problem where people have is because now they go to 1,000. Guess what they do?
They go add on expenses.
They add on expenses. They move to a 3-bedroom apartment, right? Now the rent higher. They didn't have a car note. Now they get a car note, $400 or $500 a month. So you're making more money, but you just broke with nice stuff. You get what I'm saying? So what happens is when you get the raise, you need to. We always say live like a pauper for a couple years so you can live like a king for the rest of your life. Sure. So you got to inconvenience yourself to live with convenience at the end of the day. So when you get that raise, you got to fight the temptation because when you get money, everything feel like a need, right? And we all have been broke. I done made $20 stretch 3 weeks.
For sure.
Right?
That's you a hell of a nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
20.
I done made 20 stretch 3 weeks, nigga. Eating at work. I told you I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Ate at work. 5 going to tank.
But you don't smoke or drink.
I don't smoke or drink.
That's cold.
Yeah.
Cold
I never
nigga.
smoked or drank in my life.
That bitch would have been
blue. Yeah. But I'm just saying though. So it's just like when you start get the money, you got to live like you did when you only had $20. That's how you make that's how you profit. Because it could be a nigga who, like you said, one nigga making this amount and another nigga making more than them, but at the expenses. They both saved they both got the same amount saved left over at the end of the week.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, y'all make the same amount of money.
For sure.
Because it's about what you could take home and put up.
Yep. It's not what you earn, it's what you keep.
It's what you keep. So
you know what I mean?
They're like, damn, I thought this nigga was a comedian. This nigga.
Part of everything you earn is yours to keep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I give y'all the game. I pay myself a salary. I don't take the 20. I just pay myself a salary monthly. Then at the end of the year, I get my money that's in my corporate account in taxes.
Okay, so you would say, so when you break it down your business and you breaking down your overhead, you know, what does that look like for somebody who is dealing with starting a business? They've just now taken on overhead. They maybe got 1 or 2 employees now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got insurance. They might own.
So you're going to have all that stuff. So basic stuff, like that. Like, let's just say, when I first started my business, I inherited it like a big office space. So my weekly break even, like my business had to generate, my break even was $3,500 a week. That's what it cost to pay everything. Okay. Right? That was me included. So you got to think like I got a financial advisor. I got a person who write ads. I got a person who recruit. I got to pay for the ads. I got to pay for the person, my administrative assistant. I got to pay payroll tax. I got to pay all this stuff, right? Rent. You divide your rent up by 4. So weekly break even when I first opened, it was like $3,000 a week. All right. Okay. So that was my expenses. So anytime that my business made under $3,000, or under $3,000 profit, right? That meant that I didn't have enough money to pay myself. I couldn't get paid, right? So you can't be an expense on your business. You either got to work for it or, you know what I'm saying? So if your business isn't making enough money to pay you, you're the last person to get paid. So So, you know,
And that's where you might find some entrepreneurs
yeah,
getting a job right now.
yeah, getting a job
And
right
that's
now
where I
to
look
support
at it like,
the business.
to support, the business, and then support themselves without taking from the business.
Without taking from the business. You can't pay yourself if your business ain't making enough. Everybody get paid first, then you get paid.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's where I want also to briefly talk about that, just not even just make that a discussion, but just to mention that, don't feel ashamed for any entrepreneur out there
Nah.
who had to take a turn back and go get a job again, or as long as your fire is still alive and you still, understand what you're working for.
Yep.
Look at it as more so of a partnership than anything, because at any given moment, you might want to you just go and kick the fire in or find something else that works, but you know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel bad if you have to go do what you got to do at the end of the day, because, most of us are adults by now.
Yeah.
I know majority of my adult audience is adults. So don't feel bad about that. Do what you got to do. Keep your dream alive. Keep the fire pumping and make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
A hustler is a hustler, regardless
Facts.
if you were some people label themselves serial entrepreneurs. Some people label themselves bosses. I label myself a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it's going to take, that's not going to take food from somebody else or do anything injusticely or immorally to anybody else. I'm for it. If I had to go and work at McDonald's and I was down to whatever the fuck I would have do, that's what I would have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's people that depend on me. I depend on myself. I don't have kids, nothing like that, but I take it serious. When those who I call my niece and my nephews and I take that serious. So don't feel bad for going to do what the fuck you got to do, man. You know
Never,
what I mean?
because you only lose when you quit.
For sure.
Like
Yeah,
you keep
for
going.
sure.
Who are you to say when God say something is ready for when something should happen? And that'd be a lot of times we put time limits on our success. Well, if this don't happen in a year, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it. God might not want you to have it in a year. He might want it to be 2 years. You done gave up.
And how important has timing been in your life? When did you come to the realization of how key timing was in
Timing
living?
is everything, man. I really believe everything happened for a reason, and everything that's meant to be will be. I truly believe that. I'm not the. I believe in God. I grew up in the church and stuff like that, but I'm not one of these people and that's gonna preach to you. But I believe. In God, man. I believe
in
that
God
we,
as
yeah,
well.
like we not just like I pray, like how scary it would be to just think that we just floating around this bitch with nobody with a plan for
No
us,
guidance,
no guidance. We just floating around. You know what I'm saying? You know how scary that? Like just sit and just think about that. Like
understanding that concept.
no
for
guidance,
sure.
no nothing. Nobody's
sure.
in control.
And I think that's
we just here.
That's the sole thing that made me believe, because it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, of course I grew up in the church and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but even when I was coming to the points of, having
Like-
intellectual thoughts, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, not question it, but you see shit.
Yeah.
God gave us these eyes and a brain and a mind, and God know you're gonna think twice. You're gonna question. He knows that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But it's just you gonna get back on track.
Yeah.
It's you gonna if that's for you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this for somebody else. If you're not on that track, then
Yeah.
that's just not the track you're on. It ain't
Yeah.
no track to get back on. But I'm saying for a child of God who believed he was a child of God
Yeah.
and is veering due to circumstances, but gets back on track, that's all that God care about.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know what he care about.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it from a real one perspective. I look at God like the realist. So I
Yeah.
be trying to look at stuff like how he would handle this in the realest way possible.
What would Jesus
regardless
do?
of emotion, regardless of physical, ability, regardless of any type of capability or disability, he gonna handle this in the realest way possible. So I just be trying to look at it like that, like,
You just look at, like, you can look at the simplest thing, like how everything works hand in hand in the world, the universe. Like you need these insects to feed these insects. Our body knows what to do when you're born. Like when a lion is born, a lion knows it's a lion.
for sure.
Fish is born, a fish knows I breathe water. Don't go up to out the water. You get what I'm saying? We know we can. You know what I'm saying? We so it's just like it's
That's
deep. But yeah,
crazy.
but back to your thing that you said about timing though. But like timing is important. Like I realized timing was important because a lot of stuff like it's important to reflect, and you start when you go through life, the older you get, you start realizing like, damn, man, if this would have happened when I was wanted to happen, I wouldn't have been ready. And I learned a lot of that with like comedy and stuff like that. Like I remember going to the improv, just watching comedians. Like, man, one day I'm gonna be on this stage, and like a year in, like trying to go audition for the improv, and they not let me in. I'm like, man, I should be in and stuff like that. And then like 4 or 5 years later, I got in, and then I compared where I was to where I'm at now, and I'm like, ooh, I wasn't even ready 4 years ago. Thank God I didn't get in, you know. So I started really understanding like time, and like just patience is a virtue. You got to be patient, but don't confuse being patient with being complacent. Because closed mouth don't get fed. So don't be too patient where you just like, you know what I'm saying?
You're just not hustling. You
just
gotta
not
hustle.
hustling.
You just gotta hustle at a rate that's like, I was just posting on Instagram earlier, like, you know, I try my best not to be too overly ambitious. Like, try not to be overly ambitious. You know, do the work, understand the work, understand what you putting in, and then be able to rest and be able to say it's okay.
Yeah.
Be able to say it's okay. I'm done for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, do the work, but understand, like, it's only but so much work you can do anyway before you either end up on the hospital bed.
That's a
either
fact.
Be fucked up, or it's not. And it's just the fact that God ain't ready for that, or it's just not your time. You know, whether it's you believe in God or the universe, timing is key. Timing is something that exists. Nobody can deny that. And
Right.
timing has its own thing. That's some, you know, people can't deny either. So it's just like, you know, that'd be the biggest thing.
Yeah, bro.
And when you I want to talk to the people, man. We having such a great conversation, and I want to mention that I can understand now why you and Quap so close, man. Why you and Kwame so close?
Oh yeah, that's my brother,
you know,
man.
it's beyond the because when
We talk to Q.
we talk like this, bro.
Yeah. Q get on that level with you.
Yeah, we talk like this, and
Me and Q, we at film. Me and Q be talking for 2 hours, bro. Before we film, before we do anything, we just talking and we building. You know what I'm saying? It's just like those are rare. You know, soulmate don't have to be with, you know, the opposite sex and stuff like that, or like on a sexual. Like, it's certain people, like, you be like, damn, this is a soulmate.
sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my boy Rod, my boy Q, you know what I'm saying? My homegirl Ashley, who I do the skits with, my homegirl Kristen. You know, it's people who you meet and you just like we gonna be like, we automatically just click, and we automatically just get where there's no drama, where there's no arguments and stuff like I don't think me and Q ever got into an argument. Me and my homegirl Kristen, we ain't never got into an argument. Me and Ashley ain't never. Maybe that's just me. I'm just not an argumentative type person.
Same, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But it's people where we've never had that type of energy for, where it's just like we just always good and stuff like that. We always, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, me and Q, bro, like we met and it just clicked. It just made sense. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's my brother, man. Fuck being my dog, that's my brother. He came to my show Sunday, man. You know.
And again, I apologize. I had to miss that too.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect segue into the comedy, because I'm thinking to myself, these people want to hear about,
Yeah.
you know, his comedy, just his perspective on that stuff too, because that's what they know you for.
I'm funny as fuck,
I know we
man.
spent some time getting into this shit, which was awesome, bro. I'm glad
Yeah.
that we got into that. But let's talk. This, like I say, is a perfect. So it's just not, since we on you and Q and
Yeah.
Ashley, man. Y'all a trio. Y'all got a great trio. Shout out
Yeah.
to Ashley Renee. At Ashley Renee.
I am Ashley Renee on
Ashley
Instagram. And Kwame V.
Kwame V on Instagram. Shout out to them. Follow them.
Yeah.
Follow B Titty on Instagram.
It's B Titty, ITSBTIDY.
You know what I'm saying?
I is in indigo, T is in time, S is in Sam.
Pass, I can cuss now and they won't even demonetize me.
B is a baby mama, T is in talk to you tomorrow, I is in I don't give a fuck, D is in damn, Y is in, you know, black people make up our own shit, Y is in yellow.
Yep. Yellow lamb.
Yeah, no.
Chiquita.
Chiquita! Yellow lamb again.
Yellow lamb. Hey, yeah, so talk a little bit about the chemistry, man. Y'all got an awesome chemistry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When did y'all meet? You can take it one by one.
All right, yeah. So me and Q met in 2011 when I started doing stand-up comedy. I met Q at an open mic. I seen him. He did a joke about, I never forget it, man. He did this joke about the slab the group The Slab. You know, that's what like Chip the Rapper and Fat Al. He was, and you know, I went to school. I went to Glenville High School. I graduated from Glenville. I grew up on St. Clair, so they all had the little, you know, little group The Slab, and Q was doing the dance like they're like, why y'all all do this, right? So I was just like, I thought it was, I thought it was funny. So I'm like, damn, man. So I'm like, I like talked to him, but I'm like, we ain't. That was just it. 4 years later, or not even 4 years later, probably like 2 or 3 years later, I started dating this girl, and she was going to CSU, and Q was like they RA, and she used to be like, like they used to like all her roommates and shit used to be like, you funny as fuck. Yeah. You gotta meet our friend Q. He hilarious. I don't know who funnier, you or Q. You funny as like you gotta meet Q. Yeah. So I know him as so I didn't even remember his name. So then one day we just introduced like, oh, this is my boy Q. I'm like, QB. He like, man, you up like. So me and him hit it off after that. Yeah. Nothing really transpired after that. But when I started doing comedy in 2011. So I started doing like skits. I was doing skits and videos since 2009. So I was always into that. And then one day,
damn. So when you were like, cause I didn't get on Instagram until 2011. Yeah. I graduated.
So I was on Facebook. I was doing Facebook.
So you was on Facebook. So you was early with
it. Yeah, I was doing Facebook videos like 2008, 2009. So then I did this skit. I had wrote this skit because my specialty was flipping movies or flipping special scenes. So I had flipped Will Smith, the one with his father played him on a trip. How come you don't want me? So I flipped that, right? And I was like Instagram. Like my dad, like my boy won't follow me back on Instagram. Yeah. So I was just like, I'm like, yo, what's up, Tim? You ready to follow me? He's like, yeah, man, we're going to put that follow on hold, man. I remember that. Maybe a couple weeks. Maybe a little longer, man. I'm like, it's cool. So then I had Q. I'm like, damn, I can get somebody to play Uncle Phil.
Y'all was at the motherfucking
we was in the house.
BCC.
No.
Y'all went
we was at my boy house.
Damn, y'all look like y'all was in the
we was at my boy house. So I was just like, so I had Q play Uncle Phil. Okay. So he like, don't worry about it, B. I'm like, it's cool, man. I just gotta, I was just gonna give him this selfie stick, you know. That was the gift I had for him. And he's like, Q, like, man, you want me to block him when we report this page? And I wrote all this out, man. Like I wrote this at my barber. I thought of it, and I'm like, no, man, it's cool, man. I like what I say. Man. I remember the shit like it's yesterday. I'm like, he wasn't there when I shot my first Instagram video, but I learned, didn't I, right? Yeah. And I got pretty damn good at it, right? Yeah. I'm like, I got my first following with him. I got my first DM without him. I had 14 something videos. He never get. I said I posted 14 viral videos. He never gave me a damn like. The hell with him, right? And I like this. I'm gonna be good with. I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to DM without him. I'm gonna learn how to catfish. I'm gonna learn how to slide this. I'm going to be a better follower than he ever was. And I damn sure don't need him for that, because that's the damn thing he can teach me about how to slide the DMs. And the nigga Q hugged me. And the nigga knocked my hat off, right? That was the first time I had Q on the thing. I wish I had my hat on, bro. Yeah. How can it? And that nigga Q flicked my hat, boom. And that's instant chemistry, because I'm like, that nigga Q. Then after that, I needed a girl. Matter of fact, I filmed with Ashley.
So that was your
I filmed with Ashley before I filmed with Q.
Bro.
That was me and Q first skit.
Bro.
I filmed with Ashley.
That was fire.
I filmed with Ashley before. Q did a skit with Ashley called Snack Queen.
Bruh.
Snack Queen.
Q was the king of the shit.
Q rewriting them songs.
Rewriting songs. We would just be riding in a van. And
he cold with it. I thought I was cold with it. Q cold with it. Because I did that shit too. So I needed a girl. I saw Ashley in this. I said, damn, man, she funny as fuck. I need a girl. I hit Q up because, man, I was dating a girl. I say, what's that girl name that was in your skits, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, so he like that's Ashley or whatever like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I already seen. I'm like, damn, she fine. I gotta get her the videos, right? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So then I had this skit about Monopoly, how Monopoly break up relationships. So I had her play the girlfriend. This was actually like some shit I wrote like 2006. So I'm like, we start arguing about little shit. Monopoly break up relationships. So I'm like, we both choose the car. I'm like, I want to be the car. She's like, I'm always the car. I'm like, man, let me be the car. She's like, all right, I'll let you be the car since you ain't got one in real life. I'm like, what? Don't worry about it. So I'm like, you letting on my property? Time to pay rent. No, she like, you letting on my property? She like, I'm like, you letting on my property? Time to pay rent? Or something. She like, take your little money. She like, no. She like, no. I'm like, she like, you letting on my property? Time to pay rent. Mom, take your little rent money, huh? And I threw that. She like, oh, now you want to pay rent? Now you want to help with it? So it was just like that. So I had that, and then me and Ashley, I started using her. Then me and Q did the shit. Then I put all of us together. We had this group called Humble Hands. And then we all, well, I ain't gonna say I put us together, but we all collectively, I was doing skits with 2 different people. Yeah. So I'm like, we started doing it, and then I'm just like I think of a skit, and then I'll be like, oh, Q. And then Q be like, oh, add this. And then Ash, oh, we do that. So it's just like, me and Q just start, like, after that Fresh Prince one, we just start writing them together. You know what I'm saying? So I come up with an idea, because that was my thing. I was just big into, like, filming. But then when I get Q so cold, bro. He just be like,
it's a green light on that.
It's a green light.
Hey,
oh, yeah.
Hey.
Bashir, it's a green light. It's a green light on that.
Y'all went crazy.
It's a green light on
y'all
that.
got some shit.
Some shit, bro.
And, hey, don't get on my
New
ass,
Jack
y'all.
City.
Don't get on my ass, y'all, because I'm not trying to cut them off. I want to be one of the best interviewers that don't never.
No, you doing good, brother.
Off. I'm just so excited because this is real.
Yeah.
I'm remembering. You was there. Y'all was there. So, and I remember the laughs that I got, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a green light.
It's a green light.
It's a green
I did the Bashir.
Hey.
That's my brother, man. I had to troll. Bashir, I always say when you put your hand on women, Bashir come on. He going live. Mm-hmm. It's a green light. We ain't putting I caught the brothers from Leonard Crave, and the brothers from Leonard Crave said it's a green light. So I did that. I did a skit like I went to McDonald's to shake machine down. It's a green light on that.
It's a green light on
It's
that.
a green light on McDonald's, man.
When you was doing this, it's a green light on that.
It's a green light on that.
Man, bro.
So, bro, like, that's why I be saying y'all don't deserve me, man. I do a lot of.
But the paid in full, the fact that
the fade in full,
the fade in full, the fact that Dame
Dash reposted that one.
Reposted that boy. This Dame is one of my, and this is the thing, y'all. I don't idolize. I don't, if I look up to a guy, it would be somebody sitting right here next to me. You know what I'm saying? And guys like Q and other older guys that do things I can look at and revere them and have admiration. I'm not a person who gets into celebrities. Like, I don't have a celebrity crush. I'm not. It's nothing against people who do. It's just how I am.
Yeah.
But Dame Dash, man, he's something different to me. Man.
Yeah.
So when I seen that he reposted your shit, I felt like close to you. Like I
6 degrees of separation.
I feel like we
this close to Dame.
Dame, right?
We this close.
I'm talking about.
I'm the newest member of the Rockefeller team. That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
When you posted that, I felt you, bro.
Bruh.
I felt you.
So they don't realize
man,
the paid in full. I filmed that. Shout out to Draco Lamar. Draco Lamar hit me up. He was doing these skits with his barber, right? They was remaking movies, right? And this is what I mean, like, don't hate and shit. Because I was remaking the movies, right? Yeah. And I could have been like, nah, bruh, I'm already doing that. Yeah. Draco was doing it with his barber. Draco hit me up. He said, bruh, I need you. I'm about to do this pay the full scene. Mm-hmm. Write some shit for me, man. We want to do it, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, let me watch it real quick. I'm gonna rewrite the line. This is barber, right? I was already doing like some barber shit with my barber,
and that was fire.
Fire. So I write. I take what he got. They got some little shit. So I say, cool. I write the script, bro. I wrote the shit in like 10 minutes. Write it down. I text Draco. I say, I got this. Draco say, all right, I want you to be in it too. Mm-hmm. So I said, cool. So I go in it. So I be in it, man. And bro, I didn't think that shit was gonna be Draco, like one of the coldest when it comes to making the scene look exactly like the nigga cold. So we do it, bro, and it's just like, what's up with your man? Who, Rico? Nah, man, the little kid you got running my shop, man. He cool and all. Kind of remind me of you, but basically, I don't fucking need him. You hot. How am I hot right now, man? You hot. You just got out of barber college, nigga. You fucking these cuts up, posting them Instagram, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Your man Rico just got out of barber college, man. You school him like you school me? I don't got to school Mitch, man. He can fucking cut, man. I'm hooking you up, man. How you hooking me up, man? You got some fucking money in your pocket, don't you? It's my shop. I deal a shop. Nigga, you can't do that.
Switch me mics. I don't know what the fuck that bitch blinking for.
Nigga, you can't do that. Because if you post another fucked up cut to Instagram, you gonna get my shit closed down. You posting a little fucked up boosty fades, nigga. You fucking shit up, man. Hey, man, who is this nigga, man? Look, you just gotta take shit.
Hey.
I'm telling you, I wrote it.
Hey.
Line for line, bar for bar. That's me.
He said, no, I see you doing your thing.
I see you doing your little thing. I'm a step. Who this nigga, man? Probably got no fucking clients anyway, man.
Hey, legendary.
Line for line, bar for bar. Y'all don't
Legendary.
deserve me,
Hey,
man.
listen though, y'all.
Don't let me get to my Soldier Boy skit that I did.
This is getting to the soldier shit because the
Remember
soldier.
that one?
I don't remember that one. I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember the soldier.
The Soldier Boy. Remember he did the rant at the Breakfast Club, and I did it with all the rappers.
I do remember the fucking when you went down to the
1079
and then you did the joint with.
That's
yeah,
me!
That's me.
I'm the first person to fly Rip Flames out from Shaker Heights to St. Clair and put him on my nephew cousin race car bet. Me and Q wrote that together and freestyled it. That's
fire.
me.
That's
Talk
fire,
your
bro.
shit, B
Hey,
Titty.
talk that shit.
What about Bone? Bone? You talking about the dudes that made that was my uncle.
And I'm gonna miss everybody.
That was my
I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody.
What about MGK? MGK? I got MGK's first job at Red Bull. I told him you drink the Red Bulls, you'll rap faster. MGK started drinking the Red Bulls, and what happened? I said,
You
what?
know that nigga if he get a job at Red Bull, he rap fast.
I said Red Bulls do what? They give you wings, and he's drinking. And what happened? You said his career took flight. That's me.
Shut the fuck
Come on, bruh.
up, man.
Bruh.
Hold on.
I already been putting on for 10 years, man. Look at my daughter. Where you at? We good?
This is live, yeah, y'all. I gotta do this shit live. You feel me? I ain't got nobody helping me behind the little camera and shit and the mic. I'm trying to make sure everything good because we come here, we trying to get it in. You know what I'm saying? So I had to just step from back here and do that. So y'all gonna see me in there. I ain't gonna cut it out. But this shit right here,
Yeah.
classic shit. And I apologize for having to get
No.
up.
It's
You know
cool,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
But you know, like I really do this comedy, and that's just the skit side. Stand up wise, you know, I got the opportunity to work with a lot of comedians, man. I've been doing stand up comedy. You know, I can do the skits, I can do the stand up. Like, you know, I'm still not even where I'm gonna be in stand up.
Wait, talk about the show at the Improv.
I just did the Improv. I'm always at the Improv though. That's where a lot of people see me at. But I was just at the Improv with my boy Benji Brown and Rob Ward. I want to talk about my boy Rob Ward, man. This is my best friend. Me and him started doing comedy 2010. I started 2011 at his open mic. Me and him went to high school together. Didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated high school same year, and I met him in 2011. We've been rocking ever since. He's actually one of the other owners of the bar, but he got fortunate to be picked up on tour with a traveling comedian, Benji Brown. Y'all probably remember him from Comic View. He do the kiki, he do the voice and shit. Like, you know, big comedian, man. He took my boy on road, and my boy Rob Ward, man, he started doing great things in Cleveland. He was on Heart of the City, Kevin Hart's Heart of the City. He won the competition.
That's dope.
You know, he was at the Apollo.
Shout out to Rob, man. That's dope.
He got on tour. Benji Brown took him from the Improv and took him on tour with him. And then my boy started, you know, doing all these other things and started becoming headliners. He started getting booked. And because he was getting booked so much now, his schedule conflicted with Benji some days. And not being on no hate and shit and knowing that I'm super funny, he plugged me in with Benji to do the dates that he can't do. So now we both on tour with them. And a lot of people wouldn't do that because a lot of people are naturally afraid of people who are super funny.
Sure,
oh, you're going to take my spot. And it's just never been like that. It's never been no
anything that it's just anything.
Anything.
If a nigga can cook like damn, this nigga the way he his presentation on that
Yeah.
bitch good. Even though you know your shit tastes better than his, the fact that
You scared
his
to look- you scared to
presentation
look
is
out
better,
for him.
You afraid to, you know what I mean?
give him an
Give
opportunity
him that
and something.
look.
So yeah, that's my brother, man. So yeah, me and him been doing comedy together, bro. And he do this shit full time. That's kind of why I got into the business that I'm into. That was my goal, I wanted a job where I can make money and do any show I wanted to do in stand-up comedy without having to ask a boss, can I take off work? Without having to be homeless and live in my car, knowing I got 2 kids. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was my goal of getting my own business. So my goal wasn't to be own a business and make I was doing it because I'm like, I want to make money and go after my dream.
For sure.
I don't want to have that story of I lived in my car, I was homeless. Like, nah, life ain't got to be like that. So that was my.
It don't gotta be like that.
It don't gotta be like that, man. So that was my
don't gotta be
goal,
like that.
man. So I accomplished it, and that's when you accomplish stuff, bro.
I'm
like,
proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
I'm sincerely proud of you, my brother.
Man. Vice versa, bro.
Like, really
I
proud
appreciate
of you,
it, man. And that was my goal, and it was hard, y'all. I'm talking about days I almost gave up. I'm talking about depression, man. At the time when I moved back at home with my mom, the girl that I met. That knew Kwame, me and her broke up. I thought I was gonna marry this girl. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Me and her broke up.
that
I
shit
went through financial
that's a real
hardship.
thing, yeah.
We moved out. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really realize how much you care about a person until you lose a person and stuff like that, right? And you know, I was a Taurus. I'm a Taurus. I'm very stuck. My birthday on Thursday, y'all. So
They call you bullhead.
yeah. So I was very stubborn, and you know, but I was depressed.
So a lot of pride come with the stubbornness.
Yeah. So I was depressed when I moved back. I didn't even realize I was depressed, bro. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm
You
talking
so
about
damn stubborn. You don't even think you
Yeah,
depressed.
yeah.
You
I'm
say,
talking
I
about-
ain't depressed, nigga.
I'm talking about got it out the mud, y'all. You know, and,
Yeah.
and then when you get older and you go through life and stuff like that, you realize like, oh, certain relationship, no, that probably wouldn't even work. That person wasn't for me, really. You know what I'm saying? And then you start to learn and you start to date and you meet, you know, you meet people and you become a better person, man. So, but no, bro, like I went through it, man. Like this ain't me, like oh, I'm bragging, I'm making money. I'm telling y'all, like I went through the mud,
that
y'all.
ain't what we doing,
Almost
man.
gave up.
When we come on this show, we don't, you know, and I want people to be perfectly clear, man. When people come on my show, man, please let them get their shit off, man.
Yeah.
Let them get their shit off. Don't think that they trying to brag. Don't think that they trying to, you know, be better than the next person or think that they
Shout out to my brother Jody Joe.
better than the next person. Shout out to Jody Joe, man.
Just
When you gonna give me a job, Jody Joe?
just
know?
heart, comment on one of my things, and that's
Yeah,
but
but-
that's another thing too. Supporting your friends, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I felt bad, man.
Nah, man, but I appreciate you, bro.
And this is, man. You know, it's guests like you, man, that make it, you know, easier for me
Mhm.
to be a part of this culture.
Yeah.
You know, as an interviewer.
Sorry, bro. I'm
Because
texting the baby. I don't want y'all to think I'm in.
It's all right. And how your daughter's doing, man?
She
How
good.
you-
She blowing me up. Talking about when you coming. I'm like, I'm on my way.
That's good, man. What grade she going to?
My daughter in the 6th grade.
She in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
That's what's up, y'all.
She in the 6th
grade.
grade, man. She's 11 years old. Y'all see her in
Doing
some of my
great, man.
videos and my
It
skits
be
too.
tripping you out, growing everything.
Oh, yeah,
She's
bro.
in the 6th grade on you, bro. How
yeah,
did
yeah.
that feel?
It's
though?
crazy, man. Cause, you know, I got 2 kids. My son is 5, and it's like, you know, my daughter struggled with me. You know what I'm saying? Like she struggled with me, man, and it's damn nigga about to cry low key. But yeah, man, my daughter, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like she struggled with me, man, and
Can I ask you what that like struggling? What do you mean?
like,
by
bro,
that?
when I'm talking about when I lived with my mom, my daughter was there.
Oh, she struggled with
she
you.
struggled with me.
Oh, I thought you saying she struggles with you.
No,
Okay,
like she
okay.
struggled with me,
Yeah,
bro.
she-
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
she seen the come
Yeah,
up,
for
bro.
sure,
like
for
I had my
sure.
daughter at 25. I started doing comedy. I was working at McDonald's.
In that time, she probably never gave you nothing but love. though.
Yeah, she ain't know though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
so my daughter, she struggled with me, man, and just to see her and to look and you know what I'm saying, like for her to be exactly like me, like funny, silly. You know, she do videos with me. But like now she's older, she don't even remember the struggle. All she know now is she see me, she like, my daddy owned a business. My daddy lived outside. You know, she think
She
I'm
able to
she
say
think I'm
good-
richer than what I really
You
am.
a superhero to her.
You get what I'm saying?
Richer. It's just
Yeah,
about
yeah.
she was a superhero.
Yeah, to her. And she's just like, you know what I'm saying? She see me do these skits, she see me do these videos, and she see me living my dream. And to her, that's all she know. So so to her, like she hasn't lost that and I don't say naiveness as a bad way, because you should be naive for certain things, like where you You just naive. You think you're gonna blow up. Like when you first started performing, you thought Diddy was gonna be at your first show and just gonna be like, damn, he dope. Let me sign him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt when I first performed. So like she still has that, and I want to protect that where she think anything can happen because she see me. She see videos I do like, damn, this video got 800,000 views. That like so she could see it. You know, like the skit that I'm doing right now with the Tamia line dance in heaven thing, like
hey, that was fire too.
that like it's going. It's at like 300,000 views on Instagram.
man,
Right,
doing
this is
your
my
shit.
biggest video I ever had on Instagram to
Congratulations,
date,
bro.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So TikTok be showing me love with the views, but this my big so. And people see me like people don't even realize like I met somebody who came to my show, took a picture with them, followed them, and before the show they had posted the Tamia line dance video.
Yeah.
And then I told them like that was me. That's me. They're like, hold up, okay, so you do stand up and
Yeah.
bruh, that video. So it's just be like, so I feel like my time coming, man,
It's coming.
in the city.
And you know what? On that, I'm gonna go ahead for us and wrap this up for the fact that I'm looking at this damn mirror right now.
Yeah.
And my shit about to die.
Okay. No,
so
we good, bruh.
So before I die, I want to be able to say I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you, brother.
And I love you.
I love you,
for
man.
coming
Thanks for
through
having
here,
me,
man.
bro.
And for real, man.
Real
And,
talk.
Thank y'all for coming through for another episode of